Hey guys, we're going to continue this week in our new unit from Jews to Gentiles to see how God reached all people for Christ. How do you encourage others? You can see some of the words here: brighten, strengthen, energize, inspire, cheer, embolden. All of these words are ways that you can encourage someone. Think about how you can be an encouragement to someone this week.
Hey guys, today we're going to be looking again in Acts. We're going to be looking at chapter 11 about Barnabas in Antioch. You're going to notice that we are going to travel a good bit in this story, so listen for a lot of different places. God called Peter to tell everyone the good news about Jesus, no matter who they were or where they had come from. So Peter shared the gospel not only with the Jews, but with the Gentiles. The Gentiles in Caesarea heard Peter's message and believed. God gave his Holy Spirit to these new believers, and they were baptized. Before long, the apostles and other believers throughout Judea heard that the Gentiles had believed the good news about Jesus. They were surprised. So Peter shared about the vision God had given him of the sheet of clean and unclean animals and his encounter with Cornelius. Peter explained that the gospel is for all people. Then the believers praised God and understood that Jesus had come for the Gentiles too. At the same time, believers who scattered after Stephen's murder had traveled to places like Phoenicia, Cyprus, and Antioch of Syria. In those places, the believers only shared the gospel with the Jews, but some believers from Cyprus and Cyrene went to Antioch and preached the gospel to the Greeks too. God was with them, and a large number of Greeks believed the good news. The church of Jerusalem heard about these new believers, so they sent Barnabas to Antioch. Barnabas was a good man. He loved God and was full of faith in the power of the Holy Spirit. When Barnabas arrived, he saw that God was gracious to these believers. He was glad and encouraged them to keep following God. Even more people trusted in Jesus. Then Barnabas left Antioch and went to Tarsus to look for Paul. He found Paul and brought him back to Antioch. They stayed with this church in Antioch for a year. They taught large crowds of people. Jesus' followers were first called Christians at Antioch. Even though some people tried to stop it, the gospel spread throughout the earth, not only to Jews, but also to Gentiles. The good news about Jesus is for everyone. God calls us to celebrate when others believe and help them know and love Jesus more.
And now for this morning's missions moment. Meet the Wiltons. Rob Wilton is a church planter in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He serves there with his wife, Annabeth, and their children, the oldest son, Bolt, twin sons, Mac and Burke, and daughter, McCall. They used to be part of a church in New Orleans, Louisiana. They felt God calling them to Pittsburgh because many people there do not believe in Jesus. They knew that God wanted them to move their family and start a new church in Pennsylvania. Their church is called Vintage Church, Pittsburgh. They are part of a team that is committed to sharing the gospel and showing people how to have a relationship with Jesus. Here are some ways you can be an encourager this week. Send a note, comfort a friend who's hurt, cheer for a friend, pray for a friend, or reach out and call a friend. I encourage you to be an encourager this week.